Yep, this is beginner makeup. If you want to know how I did it, watch this. I've seen a lot of I'm new to makeup questions on the internet, so today I'm going through some basic techniques with some basic products to help those who are new to makeup or want some refresher tips. So, beginners assemble. Grab a coffee or a notepad and do save or share this to someone who you think might find it useful. This is today's haul, just some of the products I'm going to be using today. They're mid-range and affordable. There are no luxury products in this at all. But where I do use mid-range, Lisa Eldridge, Laura Mercier, Rare Beauty, I'll also be suggesting some more affordable options. So let's get started. I've seen so many of you saying you don't know where to start, but you don't need a 20-step makeup routine to look amazing. Today we're doing makeup that feels like a fun experiment, not a chore. Let's call it your zero stress blueprint. A few basics to remember before you start. Skin prep is the most important step. I try and put on my skin prep at least 30 minutes before I start putting on my makeup. It needs time to settle in and settle down on your face so that anything you put on top doesn't just float around. It actually adheres to your skin, not your skin cream. Do your skin prep before you have a bath. Do your skin prep before you have a cup of coffee. I did mine and then spent 30 minutes prepping for my next video, which is about skincare and how affordable, effective products can be. You don't need to spend £300 on a face cream. Hair. I leave mine down because if I put it back, I over apply, and it's annoying for some people because they're like, you keep moving your hair out the way, but actually it keeps me under control. So if you've got hair that is a thing, it's probably better to leave it down. It seems obvious, a decent mirror. I've got a two-sided mirror, normal size, 10 times. Normal size is so that you can sit back and look at what you're doing, and the 10 times is for detailed work, which in this video is going to be absolutely minimal. Brushes, you don't need to spend a fortune to begin with. There are plenty of good brushes in the drugstore. Head for the aisle that's got Morphe or Eco Tools or Real Techniques. Now let's talk about the base. Most people are scared of their base looking cakey or like they're wearing a mask. I'm going to show you how to get expensive skin with a mid-range product, and I've got a drugstore secret that does exactly the same thing. Because it's summer and it's hot, I'm going to use a tinted moisturiser, and this is the Laura Mercier tinted moisturiser in Maple. And the key to everything you're going to hear from now on is light layers. Whether it's foundation, whether it's eyeshadow, whether it's lipstick, light layer is everything. I'm going to take literally this much for my entire face. That's probably even too much. Laura Mercier recommends that you use a sponge, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to tap it into my sponge and start in the centre of your face, because that's where you need the most coverage. And once you've got the centre of your face covered, do a quick check in your mirror. You can then just start with whatever's left on your sponge to just tap it out to the outside edges. I'm going to try not to edit too much so that you see the full process. If you have blemishes, take a little bit more and add it where you need it. As promised, if you need a little bit more coverage, this is my go-to affordable foundation. It's the Maybelline Lumi Matte 30 Hour, and it is absolutely fantastic. It's medium to full coverage and it's a thicker formula. So again, very, very, very little. It's so tempting to put 3 pumps on the back of your hand and then wonder why you look like you're wearing a mask. That's an affordable alternative to Laura Mercier. They're two different products, but they do the same thing depending on what you need. Concealer next. I love this. If you've been here before, you'll know it's the Maybelline Age Eraser. I've tried so many high-end products. This does the job for sometimes a quarter of the price. It's got the applicator sponge. Again, light layer. And I'll use my Real Techniques brush to just blend it in. See how little I'm using? You can also add this to your eyelids if you have anything that you want to cover up. You can buy an eyeshadow primer, but I've never bought one, and this is just as good. In fact, any concealer is just as good. Take a quick look in your 10 times mirror. Are there any lines? Does anything need to be blended? If not, let's move on. So your skin looks even, but it looks a bit flat. And this is the fun part. We're going to add some life back into your face. This part makes you look awake, and it's the easiest part to master. We want to look lit from within, not like a disco ball. So I'm going to show you exactly where to place your glow so it looks natural in person, not just on camera. For glow, I'm going to use my mid-range products. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer in Happy Soul. I'm going to take a little brush, light layers. Can you see? It's quite pigmented, so you actually really only need the tiniest amount. If you've done too much, get your brush and wipe it off on your hand, or keep a towel nearby so that you can clean off your brushes if you over apply. See, I have a little bit on that side. This side's better. Little bit on the forehead. If you have a thin face like I do, I put a little bit on the bottom of my chin because I think it shortens my face. Whether it does or not, I don't know. Okay, shape's coming back to my face. Now I'm going to use my Lisa Eldridge Elevated Glow. It's very similar to Charlotte's, whatever it's called, the filter thing. And this one I know is blendable, so I can put it directly onto my face. And I put it on the high points of my cheeks. It's all about the placement. Just at the top of your cheeks, that's all you need. The affordable version of the Rare Beauty is this lifter Stix from Maybelline. Absolutely brilliant. It's a slightly different colour. The colour that I've got in lifter Stix is a bit warmer, but I use them interchangeably, and these will save you money and do the same job. Same with the Elevated Glow. This is Lisa Eldridge. This is the Maybelline Sunkisser. That's the Maybelline, that's pink, and this is the gold of the Lisa Eldridge. But you can see the finish is very, very similar. So if you want a more pinky look, you can go for the Maybelline, and it's more affordable, or this is the Lisa Eldridge, which is what I'm wearing right now. I'm going to do cheeks after I've done my eyes, because at the moment my eyes have completely disappeared. Once you've got your eyes on, you can see where the most effective placing will be for your blush. Now don't panic, we're not doing a 5 colour cut crease look, we're doing a 1 and done, or maybe a 2 and done. Let's see how we go. I'm going to use this colour here from the Lisa Eldridge Desert Gleam palette. But if you want to go trendy, there is the extra eyeshadow from Marc Jacobs. Or if you want to spend your money on a palette, this colour here from the Sigma Jewels palette is very similar. There's the Lisa Eldridge, there is the Marc Jacobs, and there is the Sigma. And it's a little bit more green in the Lisa Eldridge one, but these two are very similar, although the Sigma has actually more pigment than the Marc Jacobs. And I know you're going, gold? Really? I'm a beginner. You'd be surprised. So you are putting this gold all over your lid. Just a light wash because it'll bring your eyes to life. I'm using a flat brush that will actually pick up more shadow. Or you can use your fingers. Just a light layer. All you want is a hint of gold. Take it just above your crease if you've got hooded eyes like I do. And just above your crease means just above your crease, not into your eyebrows. Have a look in your 10 times. Yeah, it's all there, it's all even. When I said possibly 2 colours, in my palette I'm going to just take a little bit of this brown, which is quite a pale brown, and I'm popping that between the outer quarter of my eyelashes and my crease, and just taking it up slightly into the crease. and that gives you a tiny bit more definition on your outer eye. An alternative to that eyeshadow is higher end, because I really like it, the Victoria Beckham Bronzing Brick. This is in shade 03. But if you want something a little bit more affordable, this is the Maybelline City Bronzer, which does the same thing. If you want to add a little bit to the lower lash line, take a fine detail brush and just drag it across. There's two schools of thought here. Some people like to leave their lower lashes completely bare because it gives them a more open-eyed look. Other people don't feel comfortable without a little bit of something underneath. It's entirely up to you. Lashes and brows. I've done my brows. I've just used this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, but I quite often reach for the Maybelline Superlock or the NYX brow glue. Same thing. Because I don't need to fill my brows in, I don't often use a pencil, but when I do, I use either e.l.f. or NYX. I use the tiniest strokes where I've got gaps and then brush them up with a little bit of gel. Lashes, I use the same every single time. I have tried all the high-end ones, YSL, Lancome, you name it, I've tried it. The best combination for me is the Essence Primer because I've got quite thin lashes, and this L'Oreal Telescopic. Mid-range, you can use Bad Gal Bang, which I do actually really like. Like the L'Oreal Telescopic, it's got a really, really thin wand, and these things are really helpful for you to not get mascara all over your face or all over your eyes. My tip is to just lift your eyes very gently. So you've got a bit of a distance between your eyeshadow and your lashes. Some people like to blink onto the wand. I think that might be a little bit scary for people. I've only just mastered it myself. You can leave it here, or if you want some more definition, you can just put a little bit of pencil on the outer corner. You're just heading for the very bottom of your eyelashes, and it's about 1/8 of the way in. And if you want to, you can take a very, very fine detailed brush and flick it out. I've used Lisa Eldridge in Night Forest. You can see this is actually getting very, very tiny, but a couple of options are from the Maybelline Tattoo Liner line, and these are just as good. They're not quite as creamy as the Lisa Eldridge. That's the Lisa Eldridge colour. This is Hunter Green. This is Bold Brown. To finish off the eyes, here's a pro tip. It's very, very easy. Take a tiny brush, take any white colour, this is the Morphe palette in Rich Glitch, and just finish off the inner corners, the tiniest amount. Let's get started. Cheeks next. Here's another pro tip from the one and only Lisa Eldridge. Now I'm using her products. I'll show you in a minute what you can use as alternatives. I'm using her Norma Jeane lipstick from the Marilyn Monroe collection, and I'm putting a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm using her Butterfly Light Glow Highlighter. And I'm popping that onto the lipstick that's on my hand, just blending it in. Then I'm tapping it onto my brush, and there you go, a light layer. You don't need a lot. The beauty of this method is that it basically blends itself. You don't have to do any of the work. You've already done it on the back of your hand. The more affordable option is actually to use whatever lipstick you're going to use and head for your medicine cabinet and use the tiniest bit of Vaseline. Mix it in. I'll pop that on top. Same effect. Glowy and blushy, and it'll match, not clash, with your lipstick. Never underestimate the power of the medicine cabinet. Okay, finish line. The lips are next, and I'm going to use my Lisa Eldridge, but I also have a really majorly soft spot for these two products, e.l.f. lip liner, and this is a L'Oreal liquid lip, and these are half price to these. I'm going to use these because I like using them at the moment, but quite often I will reach for this combination, which is absolutely stunning. Let's line the lips first. Always start with your Cupid's bow, then go down to your bottom lip and then follow the line of your lip. Then join the outer corner to the middle. Take your time and just outline where your natural lip line is, and then take a look in your 10 times mirror. Yes, it's all in the right place, and this makes your lipstick application an absolute breeze. Lipstick, as usual, I'll drop all the products in the description box down below, all the colours that I'm using, all the options that I've offered up. Easy peasy, 2 strokes, because you've done all the work with the lip liner. And the lip liner will stop your lipstick from bleeding or fading. I tried this combo yesterday and I went through a work day, lunch, little bit of wear, but nothing too major, and no bleeding into your fine lines. Now, I've got dry skin, so I don't very often use powder, but this is the Prism Libre, which everybody uses, the Givenchy, but I also have this Kimchi, very affordable, the very white powder, and it comes with its own puff. It's very finely milled, and you can pop that down the centre of your face, or if you have an oilier skin, you can put it everywhere and it won't mess up your foundation. If you want a more bronzed glow, you can go in with your bronzer, top of the cheekbones. This is my Victoria Beckham, but Maybelline's City Bronzer, just as good. If you want to use a setting spray, my 2 favourites are the One Size Powder Melt, and this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, which is probably better for oily skin people, whereas this is more for dry skin people. 2 really affordable options are the Maybelline Lasting Fix and the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Again, Dewy Finish is probably for drier skins, and the Lasting Fix is probably better for oily skins. Always give them a good shake. And there you go, that's the look. So remember, this isn't about the products. You don't need a professional kit to look beautiful. Start with what you can afford and practice your ritual, the one that works for you and your face and your circumstances. If there's anything that you think is still confusing, let me know in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please drop me a like and subscribe if you're not. I upload at least once a week, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.